Crusader Kings 3 Roads to Power is finally here, and Paradox sponsored me to give you the real Landless experience. Before we start, make sure to check the link in description and the comments below and get the DLC for yourself. You're really gonna love this one. It would help out the channel massively if you use my link. As you probably noticed, one of the main features of the new DLC is that we have a brand new start date, 1178, and we have the ability to play as landless rulers with a completely new and unique game mechanic that goes alongside it. So naturally, we're gonna be creating our own adventurer, because you see, this is not just any CK3 video. No, this is the story of Parco Molo, the famous explorer and adventurer, mastermind philosopher, and quick with the brain. He comes from a long line of Roman merchants that kept their traditions whilst the empire around them collapsed. Despite only being 16, Parco Molo is about to embark on one of the greatest adventures from his hometown of Padova. Parco will be traveling the world, exploring the wonders of Asia and Africa, and the world of 1178, the newest addition to Crusader Kings 3. He is joined on this adventure by Lucinetta and Gandolfo, two fellow learned travelers. We can now access our camp, which is a level 1 pavilion that eventually can get upgraded all the way to level 4. For now, we just get a medium boost to health and 2 available building slots. Once upgraded to level 2, we increase the building slots to 3. We can recruit our very first man-at-arms regiment, and we get quite a few new bonuses. As we upgrade, we get more army regiments and more building slots unlocked, up to 4 max buildings and 3 men-at-arm regiments. To get our very first building, we also need to get some ducats. We need 60 ducats minimum to build up our camp, and the easiest way to get ducats is to just look for contracts on the map itself. Right now we have the ability to hunt criminals, but we're not the greatest fighter. We've got a 11 prowess and 7 martials, so I'm not sure if this is really the job for us. We also could go for improve ruler reputation. Now this is what we're meant for. We are, after all, a 13 learning Chandlord, and we might be able to get up to 82 ducats from this particular contract. Scout for talent whilst we're on the way, so maybe we can recruit more people to our camp. And of course, we can put Lucinetta the Heathen as our caravan master. Everybody fears Lucinetta, clearly. Travel to accept contract, and whilst we're on the way, we can choose our lifestyle focus. We're going to be going for the learning focus. Now, with the DLC and the landless adventurers, we have new lifestyle focuses like the Saga City. The perks themselves have been adapted. We can increase the efficiency of our men-at-arms, learn language success chance. Some of my favorite ones are the stewardship lifestyle perks, actually, which can lower the cost of men-at-arms. The world itself is completely different from the other start dates. We have some massive empires in the west. The English are at the peak of their might. They basically control half of the French area. It doesn't get better than this, boys. In the Iberian realms, Castile, Aragon, and Leon are kicking away the Muminid Grand Emirate, apparently. This is just a few years prior to Leon and Castile unifying and becoming one entity, the Great Crown of Castile. The Ayyubids themselves are still going strong, but we do have the Kingdom of Jerusalem in the Middle East, which we will be visiting in our adventures. The Byzantines have lost control over half of Anatolia, but it's not too late. They can still regain that control and kick out the Turks if they wish to, and if they have what it takes to do so. Lucinetta is about to eat some poisonous mushroom, and I'm gonna let her do that because science. So for our very first contract, we have to improve the Podesta name. We're gonna need to do the best that we can, really. Now we also can choose our camp's purpose. We can be wanderers, become swords for hire, and that's gonna give us some bonuses as well as some unique camp upgrades. Plus, the contracts that we get will be different based on the camp purpose. Scholar is actually not a bad idea considering we have decent learning traits, but the reality is we are explorers at heart, and we want to get that travel speed plus 25% and lowered sea and coastal sea danger. Plus, we have more transport contracts, diplomacy and trade contracts, martial contract, and unique camp upgrades to help us on our travels, reducing the provision use, which is going to be one of the bigger issues when we do decide to move our camp. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select select explorers. We also have succession laws for our particular camp. And apparently right now, Lucineta would be the first in line, but I'm not gonna set any heirs, at least not for the time being. I'm afraid I absolutely require the lodging, and there is a 5% I might murder you if you don't agree to it, Edda. Please accept, please. All right, she accepted. We lost 5 ducats, so we literally have 5 ducats as our entire amount of money. This is really bad. This is actually really bad. I'm supposed to be playing Tolk here, with the final goal being to get filthy rich, richer than all the kingdoms, without owning any land. Not to despair though, I have a plan. We got our very first lifestyle perk, so let's go ahead and get pedagogy. We want to eventually learn at least Greek, since we'll be spending some time in the Byzantine Empire on our travels into Asia, as well as likely we'll need to learn some type of Turkic language or some type of Asian language. Also, we can get one more friend to join our camp, Monsieur Yuda, the Ashkenazi Jewish person. I really hope we can trust this guy called Yuda. Surely he's not gonna do anything we're gonna regret in the future, right guys? We've got 16 advantages, so let's go ahead and use them. Leverage advantages. We've a long path ahead of us, and we got 72 ducats and 500 provisions, which means we now stand at 3,000. So that is gonna be enough for us to start traveling around and heading over to the Balkans. Oh my god, is that the plague? I think I just saw the plague in the Balkans. I am not going to the Balkans. I am staying far away from the Balkans for now. In fact, I'm gonna do some more contracts in North Italy where it's nice and safe. Oh, we have an opportunity to rob a tomb. If we get caught, then it's pretty bad. It's really, really bad. If we don't get caught, that's 50 ducats. Oh my god, we just gained 50 ducats. We have 127. I'm rich. I'm rich, I tell you. All right, now that we're back at the camp, I'm actually gonna get the barber's tent because it's gonna offer major resistance to plagues, and we're gonna be traveling to a lot of places. Most of them will have some type of disease. This is just to ensure that we're not gonna die. Plus, this also offers 0.2 monthly domicile income. We also just got a brand new transport contract right next to us. We have to travel to Aachen, escorting Marco to the court of Kaiser Friedrich of the Holy Roman Empire. We get to see the emperor himself. This is so exciting. I'm gonna actually use my entire camp to travel to Aachen. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of an adventure here, shall we? It's gonna cost us 1,700 provisions to do so, but I think it's worth it because how many times do you get to see Germany? Am I right? Begin the travel on our way to see the Kaiser. Fellow wanderer Raniero Johannes Boccanegra is offering us an item, our very first item, the architect drawing. Now this is gonna give +1 learning. It is gonna be basically our entire finances, but I think it's worth it. Let's get it. Let's make sure we equip this trinket. One day we'll have a crown, an armor, a weapon, and I'm gonna buy them all with this wallet that I took from you when you were not looking. You wanna get this back? Well, you better subscribe right now, boy, if you wanna have it back, that is. Row, row, row your boats gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 we're moving our camp through the Alps. It's actually so cool seeing my little band of merry travelers going around the world, visiting every single city, and crimes of passion. Okay, this is bad. Well, what happened? Yuda, I did not expect this. Time to imprison Yuda. A cool little thing we can do with the camp interaction is that we can gather provisions, or we can visit the local castle holding as long as we are not traveling. But provisions, apparently, we can also gather when we are traveling. Let's do it. What else can we find if not provisions in the middle of winter? Am I right, guys? 60% to get 500 provisions. No provision. How do I get no provisions with 60%? Like, really? Come on. Apparently, the fact that none of us manage to speak to the locals is a bit of an issue. So maybe it's time for me to learn some type of German, since we are going to be spending a little bit of time here. Transport contract has been completed. Please let me gather some provisions, Emperor. I love you. I did not get nothing. Okay, well, the Emperor sucks pee-pee. I do not like this man, and I'm not even going to talk to him. You know what? I don't even want to be your friend, Emperor, or learn your language for that matter. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll learn the language from your wife. Let's go ahead and visit the castle holding now. Oh, this is actually really cool. I can increase my prowess by 1 if I spend 62 ducats. I do not have that money, so I'm sorry, but I cannot really do that. I could also recruit people from the barrack. Again, I don't have money for that. Oh, I actually could hire Helwiwa for free. 47 unmarried women. And by hearing a story, we also can get some random rewards. Actually, not too bad. We also could spawn diplomatic contracts or stewardship contracts on the map in exchange for some prestige, sell some of our artifacts, or go to the supply stalls. Now, Now, we could buy a lot of supplies, but that is actually really expensive. We can also try and trick him. Can we trick him? He's not fooled by my logic. Okay, well, this was a complete failure, and we lost most of our supplies, so we're gonna starve out here in Germany. Amazing. I definitely planned to starve here all along, guys. If we hunt for criminals, we could possibly get 500 provisions. This might be our escape. Let's take... Would we really be the worst person if we tried to recruit Stanislav to our cause? He flees. Oh, come on, Stanislav. No. I swear, I just want to talk to you. That's it. All right, let's try and ambush him this time. A success. Job well done. We get 51 easy ducats. I plan to take him out all along. I never wanted to make him join my camp, I swear. We're up to 1,700 provisions. We need a little bit more provisions, I think. We could have 500 more if we hobnob with the ruler. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but we're gonna accept it. So apparently Helwiwa is a witch. This really explains why she was free for hire. Holy mother of God, she's got 22 learning and 21 intrigue. I love this woman. Can we just marry already? I think I'm also gonna employ Helwiwa as my court physician. Or maybe I don't want to turn into a frog and I'll just get Lucinetta. I feel like Lucinetta's the backbone of our entire operation. Time for me to get my second building. We're gonna be going for the baggage train. I also can request a Prince Bishop Bruno of Liège for some gold. I think I'm gonna make that request. I definitely would love to get some more treasury going. And I'm also gonna be pardoning Helwiwa for being a witch. Everybody can get a pardon, right? Second time, they don't do it again, trust me. Let's also go ahead and accept another escort mission. Oh, actually, this is not a bad one. Ile-de-France is surprisingly close to us. So let's take that. We're not gonna move the camp because we don't want to waste all of our provisions. We're just gonna go with our followers and hope for the best, really. Just a casual 6,000 units sieging down a city right next to where my camp is. And we got paid 89 ducats because we did our mission. We got some experience from that too. And we also got to see the city of Paris. On our way back to Aachen, we have a quest before us. Joffre, the famous knight who nobody heard of, would like us to help him fight a beast to get the healing water. Now, we could, of course, help him, or we could just throw him in front of the beast and we can take the healing water. We would never do such a thing. Never. I'll distracted you get the water, Joffrey. And the distraction worked. We do have our fourth and second knight, so that's something. Plus, Joffrey's actually not a bad knight. He has 17 martial and 10 prowess. That's pretty decent, really. Cultural acceptance. What culture are you? You're French. We found the perfect contract for us, guys. We can go to Visegrad, and I think I'm actually going to go to Visegrad with my entire camp. Let's see how much that's going to be. 1,700. I'm going to get no provisions by the time I get there. I'm going to have minus provisions, actually. It's worth it. Let's go. This area is already too hot for me. Look at that. There's a massive battle in Diekirch, another siege in Liège, another 95 random... What is happening in Germany, and why is everybody murdering everybody else? We got our second perk. I'm going to go for the different culture opinion, and this also improves our phase length for learning language, which is literally the scheme we're doing right now, so it should be of massive help. We went from 500 days to 300 and something days as consequence. We also can increase our martial by 1. If we fail, Duke Conrad might think we're spying, and we didn't fail, so we're now an absolute beast. Look at that. We got 8 martial. We're average. Fine, we're not a beast. Okay, you happy now? Ruin gambling. We could get nothing, a small trinket, a dusty weapon, or we can get some provisions. I'm gonna gamble. I discovered nothing. I'm never gonna gamble again. That was the last time, I swear. Huzzah, we arrived at our destination and we got some more money out of that. That means we can upgrade our camp to a level 2 pavilion. It will take 9 months to get this done, so we might as well make ourselves comfortable and see what contracts we can explore around the Hungarian realms. Oh, I can get 400 provisions. Yes, please. We've got Vlach in the Wallachian and Moldovan parts, as well as North Serbia. We've got Hungarian in all of Hungary and in Transylvania. Slovian, Czech, Bavarian, Austrian as a separate culture. Croatian, Bosnian, Vlach more and separate pockets around the Balkans. Turkmen, Armenian, Persian, Afghan. Oh my god, this is completely new. I love to see the culture map mode in a brand new bookmark, by the way. Franconian around the entirety of central Germany as well. Polish is pretty massive. French, Occitan, Andalusian is huge as well. And I like how English has the top liege culture Norman still, even after 100 years since the conquest. An artifact delivery. Let's take that contract. I shall mind this artifact well. I have to travel to Suceava. I think I'm going to take my whole camp to Suceava because it's actually not too far. And that's in northern part of Moldova. And it's also on our way towards Asia, so we might as well just slowly make our way towards there. Parco Molo is famous for his extremely unconventional travel route to Asia, that's for sure. You should pay me for the prestige I brought to your farm. Oh my god, did I actually just say that to the king of Hungary? Yes, I did. Give me my money. I learned High German. Wait a second. Does this mean I gotta be on the ganja when I'm speaking this language? We do have some vacant positions in our camp, and I'm gonna assign Gandolfo as my second in command. The head porter is gonna be Joffre, the famous French knight, who is also gonna teach me French. I just realized I would like to learn your language, sir. Oh my god, the second I enter Moldova, I get robbed. Are you kidding me? Is this scripted? What's going on here? Maybe I can talk myself out of this. And I did talk myself out of this. Oh my god, is this because I'm Romanian IRL? It has to be. Alright boys, we've arrived in the best area of the world, and we gain money from completing that contract too. Suceava, the future capital of Moldova, has a lot of hired muscle contracts apparently. Settle boundary dispute. If we do exceptional job, we get 187. Oh my god, I want to get this so badly. Let's go ahead and accept it. Mayor Tepe. This guy is not related to Vlad Tepes, right? I'm just gonna keep the witch with him. That's a good match right there. You travel to Galatia and give Count Belanik of Marmoros ancient plaque. Oh my god. I am from Galat IRL. Of course I'm gonna travel to Galat. Let's go, baby. This is in fact exactly how this area looks in 2024, in case you were wondering. Nothing changed. Oh, we did an exceptional job. We already gained almost 500 ducats. That is wild. Without owning a single building or any sort of army or anything of the sorts. We have more money than the Pope has. Oh, I love the fact that our building actually looks different once it's upgraded. Let's see if we can get it to level 3. That would be 350. That's so worth it. Another perk that goes hand in hand with our adventures is strength and diversity, as this gives opinion from a different faith, and pretty much everybody around us is not Catholic already, since we've long left the Catholic realms. Also, we've been extorting people for money. We can get some more money from Count Gavril. Now, the reality is that I don't give a single schnaps about these people, okay? I'm here for a limited amount of time, and apparently I also learned French. Nothing says educated as well as speaking French in Eastern Europe. Once we've milked all of the people in this area for all their worth, we're gonna bid our farewells and we're gonna start marching on to greener pasture. Level 3 pavilion looks amazing, and it offers quite a few bonuses, but aside from that, the buildings we currently have, we can upgrade up to level 6, each level increasing the bonuses they offer, and we also can get internal upgrades, which is specific upgrades with unique bonuses, such as the friendly fatal casualties reduction from surgeon tools, dentist tools, torturers tools, and it's allowing us to torture prisoners if we get this one. I absolutely love the camp system and the landless system in general. I'm gonna personally go for the surgeon tools upgrade as the first upgrade here, and then afterwards we can upgrade the baggage train as well. There's so many great things here. Travel speed increase, cost reduction, but cavalry regiments, provision upgrades. This is just amazing. Apparently we can recruit up to 4 men at arms right now, -3 from adventurer, but because we are Roman and we have pavilion, we can actually recruit 4, so that means we could have recruited 2 from day 1. Pledge to join the crusade called by Pope Marius as soon as it starts. Yeah, that's not for me. I'm sorry. I might even convert to some other religion if need be. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a warrior to you? We have 60% chance of learning the Arabic language. I just learned the Arabic language. Oh my god, I literally can talk to half of the Middle East right now. I guess we all know where I'm going next, don't we? Oh, we seem to have a little bit of a plague situation close to Romanian lands. Michael's coughs as well are really close. Yeah, I'm not really sure I want to stick around here anymore. Time to milk the locals a little bit more for gold before we leave this area. King Bela of Hungary has betrayed the Christian world and is attacking the Roman Empire. Oh no, it's almost as if this historically turned out to be really bad for everybody. I'm also going to be getting proficient trackers, which is going to significantly lower the use of provisions, as well as it's going to give me the huntsman officer, and we get 50% more provisions when hunting with the gather provisions decision. Another day, another milking of people around me. I feel like this is a little bit too overpowered. We do have 2,000 provision once more, so I think it's time to travel to the great city of Constantinople itself to see what opportunities we might have around that area. Movius Campus, Maximus, start it up, boys. Only 700 to go to Constantinople. That's actually surprisingly close. Lubomir would like to join our camp. I'm not gonna say anything. He's an evil atheist, but you know what? I'm an evil atheist too. Oh no! Yuda, he has fallen. So anyway, we're close to Byzantium now. The great city. Oh, quite the reunion of Eastern and Western Christians. Praise Basilius Alexius, a bringer of victory. The Byzantine Empire, their sovereign, has forced the Latin Crusaders back into the sea. That means the Crusaders did not succeed in completely destroying the Byzantine Empire. Hey, we got an invitation to Strategos Ioannis's hunt. Wow, so good to be in areas in which people actually are organizing things. Sure, we'll join your hunt, brother. And it seems like we also learned the Italian vulgar language. Unfortunately, the hunt has failed. The deer has run away, but we did learn something from this particular engagement, and we got the hunter lifestyle trait, which offers +1 prowess. Whilst we are here, we might as well do the contracts close to Constantinople, such as the easy settle border disputes and so on, which is essentially free money. Plus, let's go over to our camp. I think it's time we upgrade to level 4, so we max out our camp. And let's also assign the masterwork trinket, which is going to significantly increase our speed and safety. Take on the customs where it comes perk allows us to recruit cultural men-at-arms from wherever we are located. So let's check what kind of men-at-arms we can recruit from Constantinople. Apparently, we can get the Skoutatoi, the unique Byzantine units, Palistrai as well, Kataphractoi, Akritai. This is so cool. I love being an adventurer in this game. This is by far the most fun I've had in a Paradox game in a long time. We're going to be taking advantage of our hook we've got on Monsieur Timotheus of Abydos, and we're going to be marrying his spy master. We're doing this because we are already 27 and we have no spouse, and honestly, the hardest thing as a landless lord I've noticed is getting married. Second thing we're going to be doing is we'll be, again, squeezing all the money we can from everybody around us. Classic Parco Molo. Oh my god, we got up to 700 ducats. Let's check our camp and see what we can build. 29 days to finish upgrading our pavilion to maximum. Then we can continue to upgrade our baggage train, or probably the barber's tent, since we're going to be going into the Middle East next. Hey, look at that. We even got some more supplies to help us in our travels to the Holy Land. Oh wait, Jerusalem is still alive. And apparently there's a pretty significant army heading towards Jerusalem, so maybe it's not going to be alive for too much longer. I could actually ask Timotheus for a grand tournament or for a men-at-arms regiment, but I like to recruit the men-at-arms that I want to be having. So let's go ahead and ask for provisions, so we get up to 3,000 provisions now. And let's recruit some of the local units. Maybe some Skoutatoi wouldn't be the worst idea. Boom, 1 for the money, and this actually has no cost, by the way. We get free units with no cost whatsoever. The only thing is that it costs provisions the more soldiers that we have. Let's also learn how to wash our hands, which would significantly reduce chance of contracting illnesses, our biggest bane in the Middle Ages. And let's get some more regiments. We're gonna go for the Balistrai in case we need to siege any cities that don't pay up our contracts. Some cataphracts might come in handy too. Some crossbowmen for those long-range battles that we all dread. And I think I'm gonna go for a secondary Skoutatoi unit, just so I have 2 units of Skoutatoi I can be proud of. Now, all of these we can of course increase the size of, and we have the finances for it, but that also is going to increase the provisions, so I'll keep them as is for now. For the first time, we also managed to actually gather provisions from around, and I'm going to be visiting the castle holdings before I make my move into the Middle East. Because of our level of fame, all of our men-at-arms regiments will be partially reinforced. I'm going to try and see if I can get some provisions without having to pay too much. Nope. How do you fail a 75% success chance, really? So let's go ahead and travel with our camp to the holy city of Jerusalem. I'm also going to learn Greek because I would like to speak to my wife if possible. I just noticed the crusade for the Sultanate of Egypt is massive. 89,000 units pledged against 43,000. Oh, wow. The Pope himself has 21,000 units. I feel like the Pope has a little bit more money and he should share with the rest of us. One of our contracts is also taking us to the fabled lands of Prester John, making us probably the first European to come to these areas in quite some time now. And we also got our very first sword, Leader Parco's sword, 5 prowess and knight effectiveness plus 5%. We also got our very first lifestyle perk, and we're gonna go for the camp tax, which allow us to get some passive income from our domicile. Cutting costs probably would have been pretty nice too, since refilling men-at-arms would be 25% cheaper. I also love how the missions or the contracts that you have are different also on the location. So we have a rescue a fair subject for Sheikh Abdullah. Now this doesn't actually give us any money, but it does give us quite a lot of piety, prestige, and provision. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take it. Stephanie has just given birth to my very first son. Every single one of thy heirs is gonna be Parco. We're keeping the Parco Molo name strong. Well, it looks like half the world is dying off to a massive plague from the east, but our camp is ready. We got surgeon's tools, and we're gonna get even more health bonuses and disease resistance bonuses from our camp. We are absolutely witnessing history right now. There's literally 30,000 crusaders against another 30,000 Muslim units fighting in the northern parts of Egypt, and what is likely the greatest crusade to have ever happened in Crusader Kings 3. The lands are ravaged, and I wish I had my camp around here, because as you guys know, I do get money for every single battle that happens in the county where my camp is. After years of learning, we officially can call ourselves a scholar. Silence missionaries. Well, I'm curious what this particular contract's gonna be about. Time for us to move the camp to the southern parts of Iraq, where I'm sure there's gonna be significantly more contracts. Plus, this is the perfect way for us to reach India and the Mongolian lands. I feel like settling bordery disputes are such easy contracts. Mostly thanks to Joffrey, the tyrant, apparently, as my beloved French knight is known nowadays. I'm curious why. Oh my god, you're an actual disappointment, Joffrey. Now here's the question. Should we sponsor Saifullah to write about mysticism? 300 seems like quite a little bit of money, doesn't it? I think it's worth it though. Let's see what he's gonna come up with. Hey, we got an achievement from that. That's so cool. And we also managed to increase our level of fame to illustrious. We also are a devoted servant, and we managed to get a little bit of renown towards our dynasty. Oh my god, we can get 200 from Wali Abd al-Watif. This man must be ridiculously rich, and thank you for the money. That's gonna go towards recruiting more units to conquer. I mean, no, we're gonna go away after we squeeze all the money from this area. You know, we've really come such a long way with the schemes from the start of the campaign. We barely could reach 30-40%. Now we're almost always at 100% success chance because of our amazing team of super diverse individuals. I mean, we got 5 different religions, 5 different cultures represented in these people here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm also gonna be refilling my units, and I'm gonna use gold since we have quite a little bit of gold. Plus, we can get a 6-minute arms. Let's see what we can recruit from the adjacent areas. Looks like we have the Mubarizm. Oh my god, these guys are super strong. Spearmen, heavy infantry. Let's go ahead and get one of these units then. And I'm also going to be upgrading my Skutatoy to level 2. In fact, I think I'm going to upgrade all of my units to level 2. And speaking of level 2, let's also get our Roaring Campfires to level 2. Eventually, once we get it to level 6, we can have an extra 6-minute arms regiment. So we potentially could have, with our little camp, more units than most European duchies have right now. Let's not forget the Proving Grounds also allow us to increase the size of our men-at-arms regiments by up to 6 levels, and the knight's effectiveness as well as men-at-arms damage significantly increased too, with the attachments giving even more bonuses for damage for our units, making us the strongest nation despite not having any actual provinces and basically living in a camp. Time for my 9-year-old to marry one of my camp followers. That's right, Minu, the 21-year-old, is a pretty horrible human being, but hey, this is the Middle Ages, okay? Now we do have to test what's happening here. Make sure our son is happy with the goods he's got, if you know what I mean. I've always been fascinated by the Indian subcontinent, so let's go ahead and see what's actually happening there and what kind of contracts we can get. Select Ketaka as our target, and for just 3,000 provisions we can start moving there. That seems a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. We're gonna go overseas so my kids get to experience a proper sea voyage. We have enough renown to choose our very first legacy. We're gonna go down the warfare path. Eventually, the Molo dynasty will be feared amongst all dynasties. And because I did decide to go down the warfare dynasty, I'm gonna also increase the size of my retinues to level 3, with the exception of the Cataphractoi. These guys are so expensive. 30 provisions per level to travel is pretty steep. steep in my opinion. Instead of getting these guys to level 3, I could literally just upgrade all my other units once more. You know what? I'm actually gonna do that. Let's go ahead and get them all to level 4. We've arrived in India and we're greeted with the great tournament of Gwalior. Let's check what kind of activities we got around here. We're gonna be participating in wrestling, duel, archery, and if we're lucky, we might even be able to gain something out of this. Sabotage? Well, that does not seem fair to me, sir. We somehow managed to get all the way to the semi-finals of wrestling. I can do it. Let's go ahead and win this, please. Score increases greatly. Okay, please win. I need to win. I need to win. That liver does look vulnerable. I agree with that. I just kicked that man in the liver in order to win. I'm a horrible human being. I am now the winner of the wrestling championship. I gained 350 prestige, 65 ducats, and I'm a complete scumbag for hitting everybody in their liver. We're in the final, and Maharaja Pritvada is offering me 100 ducats to let him win the contest. I'm gonna do that simply because my man has double the martial and double the prowess that I have. I am not confident I'm gonna win against this man here. My son approaches me. Apparently he fell in love with Chanduni, a lovely Ismaili Sindhi lady who's also a magnanimous atheist. Why is half my camp atheists? Like, actually, if I accept, I would lose a little bit of provisions, but I would get quite a few camp followers, or I could just stop that from happening. No, you know what? Sure, he's got a wife, but is that important? No, okay, it's not. Also, he's 12. How is he in love at 12? I have a few questions right now. Since we are in the Indian parts, let's recruit some local Indian units. The IR, which is a type of spearman. Holy mother of God, the amount of landless rulers around the world is just absolutely massive, especially around the Byzantine area and the Turkic area. There's a lot of opportunists, that's for sure. I'm curious how massive their armies are. 1,600! How? Oh my god, people have really been investing in their armies, haven't they? From the Italian peninsula, we managed to make our way into the German lands, crossed over the entirety of Central Europe, into Anatolia, the Holy Land, and even crossed the Indus Valley and managed to make our way to India. The Parco Molo family has truly become a legend, being the very first Europeans to travel from Italy all the way into Asia, as well as Africa. So if you like to see more adventures of Parco Molo, make sure to hit that like button. If we get 3,000 likes, we'll continue and see what else the world has to offer. And also don't forget to use my link in description to get the DLC for yourself. Would really help out the channel massively, and I'm 100% sure you're gonna love this new DLC because it's basically a brand new game onto itself in my opinion. Also take note, the DLC is not out yet when the video is released. It's gonna be out on the 24th of September, so just one more day to wait before you can enjoy these adventures for yourself.